Why you can't pick a game to play. Man, some days I literally stare at my Steam library for a good solid 30 minutes. I look at all of these new games I've purchased and haven't touched once, and then I get overwhelmed and play Balatro.
How many of you have gotten off of work or school and you sat down to game, you only have an hour or two, and you cannot decide what to boot up and what to play?
Exactly.
You sit there looking at your Steam library. So many games you've never tried from Steam Sales Pass, or maybe...
Yo! This is actually crazy. I haven't pre-watched this. This is crazy. This is straight facts.
Xbox, PlayStation, Switch, wherever you play, and you just cannot decide what to put the time into. You know this 1 hour is precious. You know you need it to recharge your batteries because school, work, whatever it is coming again tomorrow. Exactly. You end up staring at the screen and eventually just pull up YouTube, binge, and then your hour's gone and you kind of feel horrible.
This is so facts. Holy, this is the story of my life. This is so accurate. You just get that fear that you don't want to waste your time playing a game that you don't really like, and you just end up playing nothing. Sometimes it feels like it's way better to imagine how you'd feel like playing a game than actually playing it. As weird as it sounds.
Why does this happen? And I want to talk with you about it because this has been happening to me recently. Is it the fact that you're getting older? Is it nostalgia?
Probably.
Well, I'm going to sort of break down my thoughts and opinions on this. Now, I've been pretty sleep deprived lately. I've started working nights, everything's super expensive, and so my time for gaming in the last 3 weeks has been very compressed. And I literally have gone through the scenario I just described, where I know I've got an hour available. It's a precious hour. And yet I cannot figure out for the life of me what to boot up. I want to get the maximum enjoyment out of this time because I know it's so limited. And as such, when I look at the list of games, I begin putting a bunch of pressure on myself. And that pressure makes me even less motivated as I'm sleep deprived to ultimately make a choice. Sometimes when we're presented with way too many choices, it's been shown that our human psychology just gets overloaded and we can't make a decision. We get stuck in analysis paralysis. And for many people,
exactly,
if you've been gaming a long time, your library can get big very quickly. It doesn't mean that you don't enjoy games or that you just don't know how to have fun anymore.
You're just overwhelmed. You're just overwhelmed, and for the most part, you're just tired. And I mean, that's really the thing here. That's why I agreed when he said maybe it's because we're getting older. I think it's because we are getting older. Because when you think about it, as a kid, you had so much time, so you didn't care where you're gonna spend it. So video games was such a natural outlet for you to spend your time. You didn't really care even if you played a bad game. But today, since our time is so scarce and so like precious, we can't really afford to just do something we don't like, which is very unfortunate because this way we don't really test new games. We don't really find new stuff that we like. We're just kind of sticking to the stuff that we already know and love. And yeah, that is unfortunate, but this is just reality. People don't have much time to play. I mean, I only have, some days I have literally no time to play, but some days I've had like 1 or 2 hours. Some days I have more, maybe on the weekends I have a lot more. But yeah, for the most part, I just play Balatro or just load up YouTube and watch some videos and go to sleep. That's pretty much it.
It just means that the pressure is overwhelming you, especially when you're tired. You know, you don't want to take a chance of picking something that you don't enjoy or like. What if you wasted that 1 hour?
Exactly.
And this leads us to indecision. Now, I used to play StarCraft 2 a lot. When I was in college, loved Halo, but at the time, Halo was being taken off of the MLG circuit around Halo 4 time. And around that same timing, StarCraft 2 was becoming the darling of MLG and also Twitch and Justin TV at the time, and then ultimately it turned into Twitch. And I loved StarCraft 2, but it is a game where you have to make hundreds of choices every single minute. In fact, they measure the choices and the actions that you make in a term called APM, actions per minute. And crazy good pro players will consistently play at like the 300 to 400 mark, sometimes jumping up. Now, every action, you know, is considered like a click or a box or building a building, selecting a resource, but when you watch a talented pro, you really do see that they're making hundreds of decisions in such a small time frame. And you know what? A lot of times they make the wrong decision. When they're under such immense pressure in a game like StarCraft, there isn't always the time to sit there and think and debate really what is the right choice. Ultimately, they're having to go with their gut reaction. And I learned when I was playing StarCraft 2, sometimes you just have to make a choice. Whether or not it's the right choice doesn't always matter. You don't always have the time. Sometimes just making a choice is the right choice and sticking with it. Even if that decision led to me like stimming my Marine army into a bunch of banelings and losing the game, it was still better that I made a choice rather than sitting in indecision, because I probably would have lost the game either way. I've been doing YouTube now for 10 years, over 10 years actually. I started in college, and one thing I have learned, and that's something I need to hear regularly, and I hope you hear this too, stop putting unfair pressure on yourself and on your free time. If you want to play a game, just boot anything up. There isn't a wrong choice. Seriously.
Wow, this is actually interesting what he's saying. So he's basically saying just jump into it. Just look at this game in your Steam library and just click play. Whatever happens, happens. That is actually really interesting. I love that. I love that approach. That is pretty nice. I actually agree. Once you're in a game, it's way easier to just kind of roll with it. But sometimes clicking that play button is the most difficult challenge ever. I don't know like the psychology behind it, but sometimes I just think about playing a certain game and I just get tired. Especially games that are heavy on the lore, which you know you're gonna love. You know you're gonna love. I'm gonna take Witcher 3 for example. I think Witcher 3 is a phenomenal game. I finished it from start to, finish obviously. Very great, very good game. Like, great game, insanely good, but it's expensive on your time. It's gonna take you at least 100 hours to complete, and sometimes that's heavy. I used to play Witcher 3 when, I was younger and I had a lot of time. Nowadays, I don't know if I can play this type of game. I still need to continue my Baldur's Gate 3 run on this new PC because my older couldn't run it. And I just think about investing over 100 hours into that game. I already have 30 invested, but I played it during like holiday at the time. And yeah, like it was way better. Now, I can't afford to play Baldur's Gate. I just think about going into the game and I get super overwhelmed. And I know for a fact that I love this game because I have 30 hours on it already. It's a phenomenal game. It's one of the best games I've ever played, probably. But I am getting so tired, but just thinking about logging into the game because it's so rich on the lore and on your action. And yeah, it requires some serious time investment. And that's unfortunate because right now I feel like I can't mentally fully commit to that game.
Seriously, maybe you didn't pick the ultimate perfect selection and you didn't get the most enjoyment out of your hour. But just giving yourself some you time to recharge is what matters. Hey, and also, if you boot up the game and you don't feel like playing it and you want to just watch YouTube or whatever, go do that. You need to hear this.
That's what I'm doing.
You're doing good. You need to be nicer to yourself. When we reach this point where we're putting so much pressure on ourselves and our free time, you are probably at a stage right now in life where you are stressed and there is a bunch of stuff occupying all of your mind space. And literally the best thing you can do is some self-care. And to literally, when you have those thoughts of like, what if I'm wasting my time with this choice? Just push back right against it. Take that thought, throw it in the recycle bin of your mind. There's nothing wrong with going back to a comfort game, something you played 10 times over, something that you love, something that you know gives you some enjoyment. At the same time, too, if you've got a big backlog screaming at you, the game that's been nagging, and you're like,
yes,
I just got to finish this game. I got 30 hours into it. I feel really bad I didn't finish it. Everybody loved this game.
Yo, I swear to God, I haven't pre-watched this. Dude, he's reading my mind. That is crazy. Wow.
And look, if you want to go finish it, sure. But don't force yourself.
Whoa! Oh my God! Dude, this is Divinity. This is the same creators from Baldur's Gate. He's literally saying what I was saying. This is insane. This is like mind reading next level stuff. Oh my, I swear to God, I haven't pre-watched this. This is crazy. This is crazy. People are not going to believe this. Oh my God.
You're not having to write a book report on a title. Like, case in point, I'm playing through Elden Ring second time right now. I've talked about it a few times on the channel. I'm loving the second playthrough way more than the first time.
It's a good game.
I thought the game was brilliant when I was playing it on the Xbox when it came out. But I wasn't looking up guides. I was getting overwhelmed, and I stopped at the game. I'm not going to say exactly where, but pretty far into the game, and I didn't feel motivated to pick it back up. But here I am looking at all these videos online about what an incredible, perfect, amazing, superb game it is. Feeling pressure like, oh man, what did I do? I need to go back and finish it. I'm totally missing out on all this stuff. Well, screw that, unfair pressure, right? It took me 2 years to go, all right, now's the time. I'm starting a fresh playthrough. And because I was at the spot where I wanted to, not because of social pressures or online hype or popularity, because I wanted to at the time, I've enjoyed that game 10 times more.
He's absolutely right. There is a lot of pressure, especially when you're trying to make videos like I am trying to make, where everyone is hyping up the cool new game and you just want to play your chill old games. I mean, or the games that you're already familiar with. And yeah, I completely understand it. Like, some new game comes out and you're not enjoying it as much as people expect you to enjoy it. So you kind of ended up feeling bad about yourself, and naturally just all rolls down to the fact that you don't really like playing the game. I mean, you can enjoy and love playing the game, but just the immense pressure people have on you to enjoy this game, or you feel like people want you to enjoy this game, it just makes you enjoy it less, if it makes sense.
This is your reminder. Be nicer to yourself. Stop putting pressure on that free time. Don't worry about making the wrong choice. And try and refill and recharge when you get the opportunity. I look at the audience demographics and the ages of my viewers, and I know these are periods of time where life is hard.
That's me. I'm part of that 42%.
And stressful. Your responsibilities are growing exponentially. So many things are changing, whether you're fresh out of college or you're having a kid or something like that. A lot is changing. And so any opportunity you get to refill and recharge, you should go for. As long as it doesn't disrupt, obviously, the really important things. And in many ways, this video is just as much me talking to you as it is me talking to myself, to remind me that when I'm looking at that Steam library feeling guilty, I don't need that. Just boot something up that I love and run with it. So with all that said, I hope you have an awesome start to your weekend. Play something fun, recharge, do whatever. And we'll see you again in the next one.
Dude, what a fantastic video. I'm gonna leave a link in the description for you guys to watch it for yourself and give it a like, because this video was incredible. I haven't pre-watched it, I swear to God. It's so crazy how good he predicted my mindset. So I'm guessing it's gonna apply to some of you too. And yeah, I mean, everything he said was just straight up facts. Sometimes you just get so overwhelmed by thinking about new games. And I love the fact that he talked about the pressure you get from other people to like a certain game and play it right now while it's still hot, because you don't want to miss out, right? The entire FOMO around it. It kind of sucks. It makes you enjoy the game less, and I completely understand what he's talking about. I felt this with so many games, and I still do to this day, which kind of sucks. But, we as people that actually have a day job, we don't have the liberty of playing every new game that comes out that we want to try. So we have to be really selective with our time, and unfortunately we just panic sometimes and just going to play things we're already familiar with, or just watching YouTube videos like he just said. So I will take his advice to heart. It was a good advice to just boot up a game and enjoy. I think this is great. Yeah, video was amazing. So once again, make sure to let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I truly believe that this is one of the greatest videos I've ever seen and featured on my channel. So make sure to actually check the link in the description below and give this guy some love, because he's phenomenal. And yeah, that's all for now. So once again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.